school, and Eleanor and Trey were bringing home all the kinds of sicknesses, the colds and the coughs and congestion that everything goes around at school. When I put Breathe and Digestion on them and on Millie too, I was kind of amazed at how quickly it worked and how effectively it worked. So then I knew I wanted to learn more, and that's where you came in, Lisa. And kind of my journey, all that, and I like how I can feel comfortable using this on myself and on my kids because I know it's safe, I know it's pure, and I don't have to worry about if there's anything else in it. And some of my favorite things about doTERRA, the company, are how they source all their products and all their plants from where they're indigenous to, so you know that everything that's in the bottle and all the products are pure, and the quality is kind of like the best you can get, not like anything off the store shelf. And then also they inject, or they kind of like work right along with the farmers and everything with their co-impact sourcing. So they're putting money back into the community, and they're helping build hospitals and schools and stuff and the community. Good company, good products, and you can really feel safe behind what I'm using on myself and on my kids.
Cool.
Go ahead. Were you gonna say something, Tamara?
No, I said that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, that I love Carolyn sharing her story because she's, just getting, going, sharing, and she's like, had such a good experience with the oils right away with her family that she was like, okay, I got to find out more about this. I'm like, I got to learn more. And so she jumped in and started using them, and just thought right away, I loved how she's like, okay, I got to share these with my friends, because I want them to know about it. And I love that she comes from even, you as well come from the nursing background, because as you know, like you said, you see them already being used in hospitals, but doTERRA has 20 studies coming out specifically with, with the hospitals and peer-reviewed journals that are coming out with doTERRA and oils. And we're working with Johns Hopkins Hospital too. So it's pretty exciting that the medical field's going to be getting more and more into them and using them. So I'd love to hear that they're being used in your hospital too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So today I'm just going to kind of give like a 101 class. So I'm going to go back to share the screen, and I'm just going to read this sheet, and, feel free just to like interject anytime with some questions, if you have anything that you want to say, but it's just kind of give like the overview of our company and a little bit of the basics about the essential oils. Do you have any, Carolyn, did you send any to her? Does she have any?
Yeah, I have some.
Okay. So what ones do you have with you?
I have Serenity, I have Motivate, and then I have Digestion.
Oh, good. So you've got some good ones. All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm going to write that down so I know what you have. So you can, Serenity is like one of my favorites. So nice for relaxation. Digestion's a game changer for any kind of stomach issues. And Motivate is like what I use every day to get myself motivated.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are great. Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go back to that page if I can find it, because I shut it down. Go back to.
I know Serenity is Tamara's favorite, but hopefully the Digestion works good for you.
Yeah, the Digestion.
Yeah, I think of the three, I liked Motivate the best because I'm very sensitive to smells. They're really strong, earthy, really strong smells. Anything can trigger migraines in me. And so the Digestion was a little bit much. The Motivate wasn't terrible, and the Serenity smelled like one of my ex-boyfriend's apartments. So I can't smell that at all. I couldn't. I smelled that and I was like, yeah, nope, can't open that anymore ever.
Oh my goodness. No, that's so true, because like the smells like trigger memories and different things, so it's so true how that happens.
Yeah.
And I'll
yeah.
talk
I mean, I wish I could.
Yeah, it's funny. I'll talk a little bit about how you could use it without smelling and how it can still impact your body when we do this class too. So you can figure out.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to read this like I said. What are essential oils? So they're nature's defense mechanism for plants and cells. They're pure extracts from plants, and they're highly concentrated. So they're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea, right? So if you look at that little picture there, that's like the little peppermint there on the plant. And peppermint, like you said, is really good for kind of calming the stomach and any kind of head tension. Good for cooling the body and for healthy respiratory function. So those are some different ways to use the peppermint. It is sourced from the United States. It's one of the ones that we source. But if you ever, eventually smell our peppermint, it smells so amazing. It smells so different. That's the one oil that like if another company has a peppermint and then you smell doTERRA's peppermint, it's just like a completely different purity of an oil. It's amazing. And usually if you were like in a local class, we'd be passing around the peppermint and you could smell it and you'd be like, oh yeah. So hopefully you'll get a chance to smell that one soon, but it's amazing. And basically how they protect the plant and the cells, it does the same for our body as well. So why explore nature's solutions for your health? It addresses problems versus masking symptoms. It's very affordable at pennies per drop. So like a drop of peppermint is 8 cents. If you look at the cost of it, which is pretty affordable if you have a headache, 8 cents on your head, right?
Yeah.
Available at home immediately. And I love this, like, you don't have to run to the drugstore to get it or go get a prescription. It's like you can use it. It's at your fingertips immediately when you have the oils. And there's no side effects with proper recommended use. So as you see, like in a lot of commercials, for different drugs, they say, don't use this if you don't, and they list all the side effects. But with essential oils, when they mean proper recommended use, I usually talk about a few safety things is that you never put oils in the eyes and you never put them in the ears. You can put them on a cotton ball and in the ears. And again, there's a resource that we all use in doTERRA. There's an app you can put on your phone called Modern Essentials, or they have, I'm gonna grab my book, a book that's called Modern Essentials, and you basically look up the issue and it tells you exactly, like for a cough, you could use Breathe, and then it says you diffuse it into the air, or dilute and apply 1 to 2 drops to your chest. So it tells you like exactly how to use the oil. So when you get your oils, you definitely need this book, or you need the app on your phone because it tells you safely how to use them too. I don't know if you've heard of those resources before, but and again, like you can't really overdose on the oils. You might, I'll talk a little bit, when you apply them or ingest them, a few safety things with that, but it will tell you of whether you can use them aromatically, topically, or internally, like on the actual bottle. Our oils, if they're safe to ingest, have, let me just grab one. Have a supplemental fact on them. So here's our tangerine. And you can see there's like a supplemental fact on there. So that means it's safe to ingest. So it's an oil that you can ingest. Like our Balance oil is amazing, but it's not ingestible oil. There's no supplemental fact on it, okay? So that means it has things in it that you're not supposed to ingest. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then on the bottle, it will tell you, if you can use it aromatically, topically, or internally on the actual bottle too. So that's really nice to kind of figure out what it says. So it says for aromatic, topical, and like dietary use on the actual bottle. You can probably look at your Serenity and see that it doesn't say for dietary use. It says like a topical or, for aromatic on it. Same with the Motivate. Your Digestin will have all 3 of them.
Oh, cool.
So if you see your bottles there. Yep. So lavender is good for soothing irritating skin, soothing emotions. So it's a calming one like Serenity. So maybe you could do lavender versus Serenity, although it has like that lavender smell in it. And it's really good for helping sleep. I know a lot of people can't sleep without that one. And our lavender is sourced from France, but also Bulgaria at this point too. So,
cool.
Yeah, and so you can get lavender in your backyard, but it's not the same as our lavender. It's sourced where they're indigenously grown. So why doTERRA essential oils? And we mentioned a little bit about this, but plants are grown and harvested in their natural habitat, which is really important for purity. CPTG, which is certified pure therapeutic grade, establishes a standard of completely natural purity, so they're the purest oil that you can buy. Each batch of oil undergoes a third-party testing to certify purity, which is important. We know that a lot of things on the market aren't third-party tested, and ours are. And the purest oils you can find in the world today. So our oils go through lots of testing, 7 levels of testing, I think. And so they're very, very pure, and there's nothing else added to them. The oil that we talk about is frankincense, and so this is probably the oil that most people in doTERRA, if they could only have one oil, they would want this one because it's so powerful. It comes from Oman in Somalia, and it helps with cellular function. It's really good to beautify the skin, so a lot of women like to put it on their face and into their skin creams because it's good for anti-aging. Balances mood, and so a lot of people that deal with seasonal issues and things like that will use it. And we say, when in doubt, use frankincense. So doTERRA's frankincense is like, we covet that one because it's a very good oil. Okay, essential oils are effective. So essential oils work at the cellular level and protect cells. So this little picture just shows how they can actually, their molecular structure is small enough that they can get into the cell wall because they can cross through the blood barrier range. Impurities and threats reside on the inside and outside of cells, so that's why it's important that the oils can make their way into it because they're, like I said, their molecular structure is small enough to get into there. Essential oils are nutrients that penetrate, diffuse into the cell membranes, and fight against threats. So that was really important to me, that I had something that could get into the cell and help fight a virus. And so for me, I was like, all right, I need to have these because a lot of times, as you know, there's a lot of things you can't do when there's a virus, but the oils have the ability to help us with that. So Melaleuca, which is also probably tea tree oil. Have you heard of tea tree oil before?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah. It comes from Australia, and it's really good for anything like topical to nourish the skin. It soothes skin and mouth irritation, so like any kind of cold sores, and you can add to the shampoo and to nourish the scalp. And I don't know, Carolyn, did you have any experiences with Melaleuca or have any stories about that one?
I made a diaper rash cream where for Millie I mixed lavender and Melaleuca together, and she had it was getting really red and irritated looking, and I made that with coconut oil, and like 2.5 days later it cleared her up. So that's my favorite use for that so far.
Yeah, and my girlfriend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my girlfriend today came over and she's like, you gave me like a little sample of something that helped me with like this irritation. She's like, I had for months had this like itching on my stomach. I'm like, well, and she said she put the Melaleuca on it and it like went away within a day. So it's really good for like any kind of skin irritation, rash, like diaper cream type thing too. So it's awesome. I also like if I have a sore throat, I like to take a drop of it in water and drink it. Doesn't taste that good, but it works on the sore throat. That'd be good for you right now.
Yeah.
Carolyn, what experience did you have with peppermint? I didn't ask you on that one. Did you have one with peppermint?
Peppermint. So I like to use the little beadlets like that came in that kit. I use those for like an Altoid, like a after coffee drink, and then also if I need a little burst in the afternoon, just a little like pick me up, wake me up, I use peppermint too.
Yeah. I love that one. That's like my alarm clock in the morning. I put a drop in my hand and breathe it in. It's awesome. So how are we doing? Any questions so far?
No, so far so good.
So far so good. Okay, good. So here's the next part of the class, the 101 that a lot of people ask me. They're like, Lisa, how do I know? Like, when do I like put them in my diffuser? When do I put them on my skin? And like, when do I ingest them? And there's really not a wrong or right way to use them, but there's some reasons why we would do one over the other. So aromatically is basically inhaling, a drop through, putting a drop in your hand. So like I do, here's my balance. I use this one several times a day because I need to feel grounded. So I just put a drop in my hand like this, and then I'll rub my hands together. And I'll cup my mouth and then breathe in, and then I'll just put it on my neck like that. So that's aromatically. Just breathing in the bottle is another way, or a diffuser. Have you seen what a diffuser looks like before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So diffusing is another way. So when you do aromatically, it affects your mood. So like you said, when you smell the Serenity, it reminds you of your boyfriend. It impacts your mood, right? It impacts a memory. And so the fastest way, the part of our brain that deals with moods, hormones is through the olfactory system, breathing in and connecting to the brain. So aromatic is good for any kind of like, if you need to feel uplifted or energized or you need to feel relaxed. It also cleans the air. So candles and those plugins have a lot of chemicals and things in them that aren't good for our homes. So you can use it to diffuse in the air in your house instead and not have the chemicals go through your air and just have good smelling houses, which my house is always smelling wonderful. And it also is good for breathing. So aromatic is good for the respiratory system. So breathing an oil in, you probably know this as a nurse, getting it in the airways is really good for breathing in. You're probably pretty familiar with all that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So breathe. Yeah. I know I'm probably like teaching, saying stuff that you guys probably know, like scientific, like data research, all the parts of the brain that you probably could even tell me. But breathe is one of our respiratory blends, and it is what it's for. It helps promote easy breathing. It's good for restful night's sleep, and then good for any kind of like soothing sensation. And this is the one, Carolyn, that you started with, because your little one was having trouble breathing, right, with a cough.
Yeah, all those colds that go around school, and it was just like they just seemed so much less restless and like easier to manage their symptoms, like the cough and the congestion.
Mm-hmm. It's a really good one, and that one's just used for aromatic and topically. It's not an ingestible oil. Okay, so think aromatic, think like making your house smell nice, and also your mood, and then think of breathing. So topically, powerful, 1 drop of essential oil can service every cell in your body. From bottom of the feet, it nourishes your bloodstream within 30 seconds. So it's fast, right? It gets into your bloodstream that fast. And you can apply to the feet, ears, chest, back of neck, head, all the troubled areas. And we dilute oils with coconut oil, or like you had mentioned you use jojoba oil and things like that. Those are all safe ways to dilute the oil. So when I say dilute the oil, I mean putting like a drop of oil in your hand and like putting a little of the jojoba oil in there and then rubbing it on, the area of pain. For babies, we always dilute. So we say like a teaspoon of carrier oil to like 1 drop of oil and rubbing it on their chest and their back and their feet. Obviously, if it's like you're trying to massage an area, like, diluting it with coconut oil is going to spread it out more, like after a run on your knees, or your back. Deep Blue. I know Carolyn loves this one after she runs and does her exercise, but it's really good for muscles and joints, massage, any kind of, muscle pains. And my mom uses it for arthritis on her knees and she loves it. So what were you mixing that one with the other day? It was Deep Blue and
Frankincense.
Frankincense, yeah. So
yeah, a little icy.
Yeah, that was good. I like that post. Yeah. So just think topically, like obviously if you have a headache, putting it on your head, right? If you have like muscle pain, you're going to rub it on where the muscle pain is. And then we always say like for little ones, babies, dilute in the bottom of the feet is always a good area for that because their feet, it gets into their bloodstream fast too. Any questions with that one?
No.
Okay, you're a very easy student. Okay. The last is internally. So like I said, our oils are ingestible if they have a supplemental fact on them. So just add a drop to water or under the tongue. So like I like to put grapefruit in my water, lemon in my water. Slim and Sassy is our metabolic blend, so I like to add that one to the water. I also like to cook with them, so I put them in, I make like vegetable dips and I'll add like our dill and make brownies and add peppermint to it. So you can do a lot of cooking and fun things with them too. When you ingest, it nourishes the whole body, including the digestive system, mouth and throat. So I ingest usually like if I have a sore throat, I'll make like a warm tea with like On Guard and drink it. Or if I have a stomach ache, I'll ingest it because I wanted to get it into the system. And so it has the ability to nourish all those inner parts with inhale. When you're breathing in, it still will impact it, but not as much as if you're drinking it, right? So our lemon comes from Italy and it cleanses and purifies the body. So it's a really good one for detoxing. So a good one to add to your water. And you can also clean with it too. So there's a lot of cleaning recipes that are out there to clean with lemon. So not only can you use them for your bodies, but you can use them to, clean your house and do things like that as well. Carolyn, what's your story for lemon? Do you have any good ones for lemon?
I take lemon in my water every day because I'm not good at drinking water. So I know if I can like flavor it somehow, I'm more apt to drink it. So I do that. And then I'll cut up an apple and I'll put a drop of On Guard in a cup of water with the apple, so it kind of flavors the apple, and eat that so you get the extra little immunity with the apple.
That's good. I love that. I love that. My girls like that too. It's like get them an apple.
Yeah.
And the immune boost, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So does that help you kind of understand aromatically, topically, internally, the difference between the three?
Yeah.
And it's not really a wrong or right way to use it, but you can see like kind of different ways of why you would want to, use one over the other for certain issues, And I started using the oils more for physical, but I use them more emotionally, I think now. So I'm diffusing all the time and breathing things in all the time for emotional, just like stress and all kinds of things like that we deal with, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yes.
Amazing.
Right. So just real quickly, our number 2 product is our Slim and Sassy, which is good for metabolism, helping the body break down petrochemicals, helps manage your hunger cravings. And you can take this internally in your water, or they also have a capsule. And so I love to add this to my water. And then couple of my girlfriends have had a lot of luck losing weight using the Slim and Sassy capsules, taking those, and then I had one friend that lost like 20 pounds by just taking those several times a day. She did I think she probably did like 8 to 10 a day. So she lost a lot of weight very quickly with those.
Nice.
That's our number 2 product. It's a very good product. And we actually have a Slim and Sassy gum now too, which I love. It's really, really, really good. So that they just came out with that. And On Guard is our protective blend, and it is probably my favorite. And it's basically what we use for boosting our immune system. I diffuse it for cleaning the air every morning. You can add it to a veggie capsule or to your tea or to your apples to get a boosting immune defense. I put it on my kids' feet before they go to different things just to give them a little extra immunity. And so we have, if you look at this picture, we have a laundry detergent, we have a toothpaste, we have a green cleaner, we have a foaming hand soap. It comes in a beadlet, it comes in an oil, and it comes in a capsule. And I have everything. But it's a really, really good thing to have in your house just for this season, cold and flu season too. Do you have anything to add to that one, Carolyn?
No, so I have the soap coming my way, and then I had to take the drop of it on an apple and then diffuse it before and after school with kids. So that's how.
Yes. Okay, on the back here, I'm just going to share real quick because we just have about 8 minutes left on this call. So we have a supplement line called the Lifelong Vitality Pack. It's our number 1 product, and I take this daily, and a lot of people in doTERRA do as well. But it's basically replacing like your fish oil and your multivitamin that you're getting elsewhere. And our vitamin is optimal levels, so is exactly what you need, whereas a lot of vitamins don't have enough of what you need or way too much of what you need. But it promotes healthy cardiovascular, nervous, and immune system function. It supports healthy joint function and comfort. It supports healthy function of the brain, eyes, and nervous system. So that's your fish oil, right? Promotes healthy skin. It provides 22 essential vitamins and minerals. Supports normal growth, function, and maintenance of cells, and supports healthy metabolism and cellular energy. So I love our Lifelong Vitality Pack. The cool thing about this one is you can try it for 30 days. If you don't like it, you get your full refund, but it's been amazing for me and so many people to get what they need. And we all know if we aren't getting the right nutrients and a lot of the stuff that we're eating and taking in absorbing in our cells anyways. So it's really important to have that foundation. And then we have a food enzyme too. Again, this helps definitely people with stomach issues, but just people in general that don't eat a perfectly clean raw diet, which I wish I said I did, but I don't. And so it helps me with helping my digestion and metabolism and helping convert the food nutrients into energy and those types of things too. So it's our another one of our really popular products for helping with the digestive system. So that's the 101.
So Lifelong is or pack is on my wish list of things to come my way.
The Lifelong Vitality.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And then along with that, when you get that, you can add items on for just $20. So you can add our probiotic on for $20. You can add the kids' fish oil and vitamin on for $25. You can add on different product, the Terrazyme for $20. So when you get the Lifelong Vitality, you can add 3 things on for $20. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the 101 class? What questions do you have, or what kind of came up with you when I was going through some of those things? Anything new or interesting?
No, it's all good. I guess I'll talk to Carolyn a little bit more about some of the other oils and everything.
Yeah, I was gonna show you real quick. So did you buy those oils from Carolyn, or did you have them? Like, did you just randomly buy them, or how did you get them?
Samples.
I sent her little samples of them.
Okay. So I wasn't sure how you got those ones. Okay. So what a lot of people do, and I'll show you this real quick, is what Carolyn did, and is we got like a starter kit. I don't know if she talked to you a little bit about those, but let's see, I think I had it right here. Sorry, here they are. So they'll start with a kit, and Carolyn can talk to you a little bit about this, but basically when people are getting started with oils, depending on their needs, but if they really want to get into them, we have starter kits that basically gives you the top 10 oils. So when something goes on with you or someone in your family or friends, you'll have an oil to work with it. And they're basically the best bang for your buck, right? So one of the ones that I think Carolyn started with, the Family Essentials kit. And if you look, it comes with lavender, lemon, peppermint, melaleuca, oregano, frankincense, deep blue, breathe, digestin, and on guard. Kind of all the ones we talked about tonight, right? And then it comes with the beadlets and the peppermint beadlets and the on guard beadlets. And that kit's $150. But what's really cool is that included in the kit is like your membership for doTERRA. So whenever you want to order, you'll get the wholesale prices. It's kind of like a Costco membership. So when you enroll with doTERRA, you get wholesale prices for the whole entire year. So it's basically 25% off what you would pay retail. So this is a really popular starter kit. And another one that I think most people that I start with get is this one, depending if it's in their budget, but it's the Home Essentials, and it's the same oils. It's just bigger bottles. It's like 2/3 more oils, and it comes with a diffuser. And that one's $275, and it includes the $35 fee. And with this one this month, you get a free Deep Blue Touch, which is like the Deep Blue in a roller bottle. And then also it comes with a Deep Blue Rub, which is awesome. So I think that's like a $90 extra added bonus that you get if you enroll with this kit just this month. So those are cool. Those are a couple popular kits. She can talk to you about the Family Essentials and the Home Essentials. And there's also, if you are really into it and you really want to get going, there's a Natural Solutions kit. That one's $550, but it has, a ton of our oils in it. It comes with our vitamins. It comes with our Terrazyme. It comes with our Deep Blue Rub, a diffuser, a vapor stick. It has our shampoo and conditioner. So like this one I sell, a lot of people are like, all right, I'm all in. I want to like try the vitamins. I want to try the shampoo, conditioner. I want to try a lot of oils, and that's a really popular one too. Those are cool. The kit options that she can follow up with you on, but really the best way to get your oils is to start with a kit, because you get the membership included in that price, and then you also, I'm going to come back to this. You get the best price for your oils, and you get the most. And really when you have those top 10 oils, you like when something comes up and you look in your Modern Essentials app or your book, or you text Carolyn, there'll be an oil in there that you can use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing all that with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you were hopping on today. We hope you feel better. You can try I was gonna say the oils that you have are probably not the best for. You could try a little bit of the Motivate or something that might have has a couple of the oils in it that might help with your immune system for sure.
Yeah, I've been
I'll,
taking other stuff, so I think I'll be okay. We'll be good.
Yeah.
I'll send you some more out too. I'll send you some Breathe and On Guard.
Yeah, and if you
that'd be
those are
probably
great ones.
buy peppermint oil because for my patients and stuff, and then the Breathe. So I'll look into it. I'll be in touch with you, Carolyn. I'll definitely buy some stuff. So it's just a matter of picking out which ones and if I'm going to do the kit or if I'll just buy individual bottles.
Yeah, because you could also just do a $35 membership and then pick what you want a la carte too. So that's another option.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get started, like the cold kit's good, but you can also do a $35 membership and then just get the prices 25% off and pick them that way too. So that's another option.
Yeah. How much is each bottle individually?
So the call is probably going to cut off here, but Carolyn, you can send her the price list of the wholesale prices. So like a bottle of peppermint's like $28, a bottle of lemons $10, a bottle of lavender is, they're pretty good prices. So
Okay.
And then if you have the membership, you can order again whenever you want. You don't have to order every month, but if you want to, we have a reward system. But if you don't, you just order whenever you want. But if you want more than one or two oils, it's worth it to get either the kit or the $35 membership too.
Yeah, that's good.
If you have some friends, we'll come down and teach too.
What?
I said if you have some friends that want to teach, want a class, I'll come down there and teach.